Let's talk about the radio group element. It's here. It's behind this disclosure triangle. You can select between drop-down and radio, and Apply comes with drop-down as being the default option for this part of the toolbar. So you can click here and switch to radio. Radio can be selected by pressing Shift-R as well. So what is a radio group element? It is a list of options that you can select only one option. Basically, here we have a list of 3 options. Let me switch into play mode. And you can select only one of them. Radios are used when you want to present a list of options to the user and you want all the options to be visible. So a drop-down is like a little button that you press and then a list of options is displayed. So you have and it might even be a scrolling list of options because there might be too many options for the drop-down. While with a radio group, you're going to see all the options there on the screen all the time. So your choice between using a radio group or a drop-down depends on the amount of options and what kind of experience do you want. Do you want your user to see all the options at every time? Maybe a radio group is the best option. Using the property inspector, you can select which options are available. And what you type here, the option, is actually the value that will end up in the value property. So suppose we are choosing fruits. So banana, lemon, strawberry, and let's say favorite fruit. And you don't need to show a label like I'm doing. You can hide the label. Your radio group might also change the orientation to horizontal or vertical. And then you have it like this. Let's switch to the other one. And basically, you can customize the look and feel, but the behavior is always the same. You can select only one option. The selected option ends up in the value property. So let me just show you. I'm just picking the value property here and adding it to a temporary variable, and I'm going to display it in a dialog box. And those that are more familiar among you might be thinking, why am I using set variable from property instead of something like get element value, which is easier to use and does the same thing? It's mostly because I want to show you that the selected option ends up as a property. So it's a property called value. If you select an element and you have a list of all the properties of the element, it will be in the value property. So right now, there is banana selected, and the value is banana. If we select strawberry, the value changes to strawberry. So it's a simple element. In these videos, we've shown other ways to select values, such as a checkbox or switch element. You also have the drop-down. And it really depends on what kind of user interface you're building. Personally, I think that the radio group should be used when you want all the options visible, like front and center in the screen. These are your options. This is what you can do. If you have something like selecting, for example, a form, and you want to select favorite color, you might use a drop-down, for example, because you have more options. But depending on what you're doing, a radio group will be enough. If you have any doubts, reach out at our forums at forums.apply.io. I hope you like these short element videos. Tell us how you're doing, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.